Hello everyone, thank you for watching. I'm attorney Vince Hine, and I'm going to talk a little bit today about two different planning techniques to protect assets from the cost of nursing homes. So one is the asset protection trust. That's an irrevocable kind of trust where we put assets in, and we want to do this ideally 5 years or more before you go into the nursing home. And that way, after that 5 years passes, whatever is in there is 100% protected. And so that's because there's a rule called the 5-year look back, where if you've made transfers of assets within 5 years of applying to the nursing home and applying for Medicaid, you can be punished for making those transfers. But keep in mind, even if you didn't make it the full 5 years, let's say you make it 4 years, well, you can pay out of pocket for 1 year until you hit year 5, and then you get the protection, 100% protection at that point. So even if you don't make it the 5 years, you still get quite a bit of protection. Now that irrevocable asset protection trust I've talked about, we've got a couple different versions, really a number of different versions, and that we use, and we tailor it to your situation. And there is another video on that, so I'm not going to go into the design features of that today. But generally, you can live in any real estate. Maybe you get the income. It depends how we have it set up. And you have quite a bit of features that give you control, like the right to disinherit the children or change the beneficiaries or control the investment decisions and things like that. So that particular approach is when you really are planning in advance and you simply don't know when you're going to get sick. Now, that is contrasted with the wills with special needs trust approach that we also use. Now, the wills with special needs trust approach, this particular strategy is used for married couples only, and generally when the couple comes in and they say, there's no way we're going to make it to 5 years. And the way it works is when the first spouse passes away, we can take a number of assets and put them into that special needs trust for the surviving spouse. And then whatever is in that trust gets 100% protected from the nursing home. And the nice thing is there is no 5-year look back under this particular approach. So it's just an exception to that 5-year look back rule. However, if you simply get sick and go to the nursing home, because you still have everything in your name, you're not going to get any protection. So really in this particular approach, you get the protection after one spouse passes away. So it's not a perfect solution. There is no perfect solution, but it's certainly another tool in our toolbox that we make available for clients who think they're not going to make it the 5 years, but they want to do something to protect assets from the nursing home. And just as a real quick example, we just had a married couple. Their family hired us to do planning. Both mom and dad were sick, and both were going to the nursing home at the same time. Well, we started out planning one way, and then we got the news that dad was probably going to pass away in 2 weeks. So we had it set up where dad had that will with the special needs trust, and when he passed away, a number of assets went into the trust for mom, who is still going to be in the nursing home, and now that money can be taken out and used for mom's care, right? Maybe mom needs some dental work. Well, that's covered by Title 19, but good luck finding a dentist that actually does that. So it worked extremely well in their case. We're going to preserve significant assets that would have probably had to have been lost to the nursing home, but for this approach. So it's a great approach. It does not work every single time, but for those people out there who it does work for, it tends to work extremely well. So you can either do an asset protection trust years in advance, or if you think you're just not going to make it the 5 years, and in particular, if you think your spouse is going to pass away maybe in the next couple of years and not need nursing home care, then it works real well because you can get around that 5-year look back rule. Now, the asset protection trust, I do find most people understand that pretty easily, but the wills with special needs trust, that does get a little bit trickier because there's a lot of moving parts and it requires a little bit of a deeper discussion. At any rate, feel free to reach out to me if you do have questions after watching this video. Again, I'm attorney Vince Hine. I specialize in elder law and asset protection planning. Feel free to give me a call. My number is 262-634-6659. Again, that's 262-634-6659. Thank you.